Red River Valley. Since boyhood, the Jesuit's favorite song. He stood and listened until the traffic light changed down below, and the melancholy melody was crushed and overwhelmed by the sound of auto traffic starting up again on M Street, rudely shattered by a world that was now, of this moment, and in torment, dripping blood on exhaust fumes as it cried out for help. Staring down the steps unseeingly, Karras thrust his hands into his pockets, as once again he thought feverishly about the plight of Chris McNeil, and of Reagan, and of Lucas aiming kicks at the dead Tranquil. He must do something, but what? Could he hope to outguess the clinicians at Barringer? Oh, are you really a priest or from Central Casting? Karras absently nodded, remembering the case of possession of a Frenchman named Achilles who, like Reagan, had called himself a devil, and, like Reagan, his disorder had been rooted in guilt. In Achilles' case, remorse over marital infidelity. The great psychologist Janet had effected a cure by hypnotically suggesting the presence of the wife, who appeared to Achilles' hallucinated eyes and solemnly forgave him. Karras nodded. Yes, suggestion could work for Reagan, although not through hypnosis. They had tried that at Barringer. The counteracting suggestion for Reagan, he believed, was what her mother had insisted on all along. It was the ritual of exorcism. Reagan knew what it was, and she knew its intended effect, a reaction to the holy. She got that from a chapter in that book, and in that chapter there were also descriptions of successful exorcisms. Yes, it could work. It could. But then how to get permission from the Chancery office? How to build up a case without mentioning Bennings? Karras could not lie to the bishop. And so what facts did he have that could possibly convince him? His temples beginning to pulse with headache, Karras lifted a hand to his brow. He knew he needed sleep, but he couldn't. No, not now. What facts? The tapes at the Institute? What would Frank find? Was there anything he could find? No. Wait, who knows? Who knows? Maybe. Reagan hadn't known holy water from tap water. Sure, but if supposedly she's able to read my mind, why is it she didn't know the difference between them? Karras again put a hand to his forehead. The headache, the confusion. Come on, kid. Somebody's dying. Wake up. Once back in his room, Karras telephoned the Institute. No Frank. Pensive, he set down the receiver. Holy cow. He opened up the ritual to instructions to exorcists. Evil spirits, deceptive answers, so it might appear that the afflicted one is in no way possessed. What about that? Was that it? Karras wondered. But then instantly he bridled with impatience at the thought. What in the hell are you talking about? What evil spirit? He slammed shut the book, and then reread the medical records, scanning through them in a hurried, fevered search for anything that might be for Hey, here's one. No history of hysteria. Well, that's something, but it's weak. There's something else here, you remember. Some discrepancy. What was it? And then he recalled it. Not much. Still, it's something. He telephoned Chris McNeil. She sounded groggy. Oh, hi, Father. Were you sleeping? I'm sorry. No, it's okay. So what's up? Chris, where can I find this? Karras ran a finger down the records. Stop. Dr. Klein, he said. Samuel Klein. Oh, yeah. He's across.